Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you're all fine. I hope you all had a great time off. I hope you enjoyed the World Cup. And we're back again with FPL, guys. Very excited and reinvigorated. I didn't do World Cup fantasy, so that gave me a chance to refresh, kind of relax, and just enjoy the World Cup without having to kind of get into too much into the fantasy bit of things. So I hope you all had a great Christmas. Merry Christmas to all who celebrate around the world, guys, and wish you all very happy holidays. So as soon as we're back right into the swing of things, I can see a double chat which I need to kind of fix, guys. Hopefully, yeah, there you go. Extra cold in US right now. It's really cold here as well. I mean, it's just differently. It's just the differently built houses. I'm in India. We don't have insulation in houses and all that stuff. It feels really cold as well here as well, Todd. I guess we'll all live through it, guys. And by the way, there's lots of rumors of COVID being back. I pray that everybody stays safe, and I really hope it doesn't come back. Hey Amit, hey Tanlam, hey Light Trays, welcome guys. I hope you're all fine. I hope all ready with your teams and having fun. So guys, actually before we stopped for the World Cup, I had a really stinker of a game week. I got 30 points and it was absolutely horrible. It was kind of shaping up to be the worst ever game week that I had in this game. I mean, it was so weird. Right before the start of the goddamn the World Cup break, I mean, if Newcastle hadn't kept a clean sheet, man, and Martinelli wouldn't have got 6 points. I mean, it was a disaster of a game week, and my overall game week rank was close to 9 million, guys, and the rank plummeted. But I didn't get a chance to talk about it. I was close to 300k, and I'm right now close to 700k, like a big fall right before we went for the break. But I hope we can make it up with we've got unlimited transfers. So honestly, just trying to get back into the swing of things right now. I didn't honestly open my FPL until the last 2 days. I've been just been reading the news. I've been reading the updates from the managers and all the bits and pieces, but I didn't really tinker with my team too much because it doesn't make any sense as long as we get close to the deadline. And I really started tinkering with my team yesterday. CAV says, hi Wiz, hope you had a nice day yesterday. I had a great day, thank you so much. I hope you had a great one too. The dilemmas are back: Salah and Solanke, KDB and Nketiah. Yeah, definitely there's gonna be lots of dilemmas, guys. And I put out a question for you. I asked you whether Bruno Fernandes is a good option, and I'm really surprised, got 75% people saying no, because I've got a really huge FOMO about Fernandes. I remember the Bruno Fernandes, which was in United before Ronaldo joined. He was an equally good option as Salah. That's how good he was, guys. And when Ronaldo gone now, I think he's going to assume more responsibility, and I personally feel he can be a really great asset, especially with the United fixtures coming up. I mean, if you look at the fixtures, honestly, I feel he can be a great option. If you look at the fixtures here, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, Wolves, these 3 fixtures, I mean, I really have a FOMO of not owning Fernandes. I've been trying to look for ways to kind of get Bruno in my team, but currently have a real big FOMO about not owning Fernandes. Todd says I've got only 25 points last game week. Man, that's weird. That game week was really weird. Honestly, if it wasn't for the World Cup, we'd all have been crying out for the lack of points in it. CAV says, I think he was overperforming massively before. His numbers will improve without Ronaldo, but not to the same extent. It depends whether he's on penalties, I mean, remember that, right? He is so good on penalties. Ronaldo took away the penalties from him. So, I don't know. I mean, I just have a fear. It might be just because I can't own him or don't own him, the reason why I'm feeling I want Bruno in my team, but I just kind of have a feeling. Hey Ahmed, welcome back as well, my friend. I hope you're doing well. So guys, this is currently what my team looks like. And this is not my final team. Obviously, as you all know, the trumpets are going to be out right close to the deadline with the last minute decisions. But this is the team which is kind of what I feel is the best. I've got 1.6 million in the bank with this team as well. I'm going to talk you really quickly through my team and the reason for the choices that I made. In fact, the last team that I made, I should have. I've not pressed the button of make transfer, so I will later on. So basically, guys, this is what my team currently looks like. Let me talk you through my team really quickly. Then you can ask the question. Then we can start discussing about your teams as well. So basically, for my keeper, I've got Kepa. You know, as you already know, he ousted Mendy from the Chelsea team, and he started playing really well. He kept so many clean sheets, and after that he got injured, which gave Mendy a chance to come back, but he didn't cover himself in glory at all. So really, I feel Kepa is going to be back. He's been training, and the fixtures which Chelsea have: Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest, Fulham, Palace, Fulham, West Ham, Southampton. Only 2 difficult games in Manchester City and Liverpool. And the second keeper which I have is Ward. In case Kepa doesn't play, in case you feel he still requires one more game, we can definitely play Ward in one of those games. He an able deputy as a keeper, right? So this is about my goalkeepers. I think this is not going to change as long as if I had tested the team with just putting Ward and Iverson, the 2 Leicester keepers, if I needed some more funds. But I just don't feel comfortable going into the game week with just the Leicester keepers. So I decided to go with the Arrizabalaga. In defense, I think it automatically picks itself. The only a couple of decisions which you have really are whether you want Cancelo in your team or not, because he costs a lot. And if you don't have any value tied up with Cancelo, otherwise I think the defense kind of picks itself. Reece James is back, as I just discussed with Kepa. He's got amazing fixtures, and when he plays, he's got a really high ceiling, guys. So in my opinion, Reece James definitely deserves a place in our team. Ben White, obviously, I think is the best option from Arsenal based on the value. It's not the best option based on the attacking threat or in any other terms. I think Saliba and Gabriel are better options. Tierney or Zinchenko, I won't go there because we don't know who starts. So that's the reason I just went with White, because Arsenal have got 2 double game weeks coming up, and hopefully Ben White can accumulate some points. Patterson I picked because there's only 2 good options in this price bracket. In fact, 3 good options: Nico Williams, Patterson, and Bruno from Wolves. I just went with Patterson because Everton, they say, might have a chance of doubling in game week 20. So there is a chance of a double game week, and I feel that when he plays, he offers a good, a good cover from the bench as just being a 4 million player. And I think Patterson is better option than Nico Williams. If you want to go with Bueno, you can definitely go with him as well. I personally just picked Patterson because of the possible double game week which might be coming up. So I'm really quickly running through my team, guys, and then I'll come back and answer your questions. Cancelo, obviously, I just told you, if you kind of, you have to decide whether you want to go with Cancelo or not. For example, as I just discussed, I want Fernandes in my team. So it becomes really easy if I had to just remove Cancelo. I can simply just put Fernandes in my team, and then I can remove Ward for Iverson. And in fact, I can go for the other Manchester City defender, which is Akanji. So just to cover the Manchester City defense. Even if I don't want to go with Akanji, if I want a playing second goalkeeper, there's another option is to just go with Kyle Walker. He's fit, he played in the World Cup as well, so you can just go with Kyle Walker as well. So this way I can have Fernandes in my team, and I can have a Manchester City defender in my team as well. So I've gone through so many permutations and combinations. I just want to tell you what I had decided, because if any of you really want to go with Fernandes, you can do this. Obviously the other option is to kind of take out Martial, but I'll come to that. So this is one option. So Cancelo, Trippier automatically picks himself. I never want to get rid of Trippier. Is amazing player, got assists, keeping clean sheets. One of the Newcastle's MVPs. For Rashford, I want to pick because of the good fixtures United has. Nottingham Forest, Wolves, Bournemouth. And also, I think he played well in the World Cup. Whenever he came on, whenever he got a chance, he played well, Rashford. And I think without Ronaldo, I think he's going to get a more progressive role in the team. Martinelli, obviously, got so much value tied in him. 6.8 million he is right now. I got him for 6.4 million as well. Arsenal got a couple of double game weeks coming up, and Martinelli is really the cheapest option there. I mean, I don't want to go with Odegaard. Almiron, obviously, as you all know my story, I got Almiron for his 10-point haul, but then I took him out because he was going to play against Tottenham, and he actually got a 10-point haul, and then a 12-point haul, then 8 points, and then 6 points, and I missed all of these points because I just took him out after the 10-pointer. It was absolutely horrible. But anyways, so Almiron, I got him back in my team. Here, you can decide whether you want to go with Salah, whether you want to go with De Bruyne. I picked De Bruyne because, as you already know, City have got 2 double game weeks coming up, one in game week 20, one in game week 23. So later on, I mean, if I get Salah now, later on I'm gonna have to move to De Bruyne. And if you saw the game between City and Liverpool in the Carabao Cup, I mean, De Bruyne looked really, really sharp and really, really up for it. Andreas obviously got a possible double game week coming up in game week 20, and also is the best bench option from the midfield, 4.6 million currently. Haaland, Martial, Darwin, they automatically pick themselves. I mean, if anybody wants to go with Nketiah, like you know that Gabriel Jesus injured himself with Brazil, so he's not going to be available for around 2 months. You can go with Eddie Nketiah, but I think Arsenal are going to sign somebody else, so it's not that he's going to be the lone striker for Arsenal for a very long time. Darwin I picked because I don't have Salah as my cover, and I feel Darwin looked really sharp against City, even though he missed a couple of chances. I think Darwin is the kind of player who's going to miss some chances in the game, but I think he's going to get lots of chances. He's got pace, he's got power, he's got the finishing as well. So I really picked Darwin, for his creativity as well as his finishing. Martial, obviously, there's many options here. You can go with Mitrovic if you want to. I've got 1.7 million in the bank right now with this team which I have. So I mean, the only reason I didn't go with Mitrovic is, one, he's an injury worry, guys, and the second thing, he's on 4 yellow cards as well. I think 4, or how many yellow cards he's on? Yeah, he's on 4 yellow cards. So Mitrovic is on 4 yellow cards. He gets 1 more yellow card and he's done for. Now he's going to be out for 1 more game, and he was uncertain. Second, the threat of the yellow cards. So I just went with Martial. In the same price range, you can definitely think about Nketiah. I personally prefer Martial because of the better fixtures. Arsenal don't have really good fixtures, honestly, if I consider, West Ham, Brighton. I mean, Brighton away is a really, really tough game. Newcastle, Tottenham, Manchester United, really tough game. So any of you is kind of thinking about going with Bukayo Saka or, one of the more expensive Arsenal players, I would, urge you to kind of reconsider, think about going with Foden or somebody else in that price range. So this is about my basic thinking, guys. I really had to run through the team, so now I can get back and take your questions. So, oh my god, there's so many questions. Anna says, should I keep Saka with the 3-5-2 formation or have Asia? I already answered that question. I feel that Martial and Andreas can be a better option. You can go with Martinelli. Are there any forwards for greater than 6.5 million worth? I think Eddie Nketiah, Martial are really good options in that price bracket. Below that, I think Dominic Solanke you can go with, but Bournemouth's fixtures are not that good. Kane, Almiron, Walker, or Wilson, Mount and Cancelo. I think Kane, Almiron and Walker seems the better option. The only catching point here is Cancelo. Salah being on penalties is making me lean towards him over KDB. Looks Liverpool always gets dodgy pens against us. Well, that could be true, my friend. I mean, that's obviously, you're being a Villa fan, the specific games. But in my opinion, you really want to go with the KDB when the double game week comes around, right? So it's better to kind of go. What I'm deciding is to save my transfer rather than having to go from Salah to KDB. I'm just wanting to have KDB in my team and save one transfer. Hey SH, happy holidays, my friend, and good to see you back as well. Let's be honest, Wiz, that team is probably 90. That is definitely the template team. I don't refuse Fadzali, but remember that a template team is a template for a reason, And I have my variations to this team, as I already showed you when I was talking you through the team. For example, if you like, the thing is you have to be bold enough to kind of take out Cancelo. If you're bold enough to take out Cancelo, or for example, I'll show you another permutation. For example, if you don't want to go with the 4-3-3 formation, or the so what you can do is you can remove Martial for somebody like a Greenwood, which gives you 4.2 million in the bank, and you can actually upgrade Almiron to Fernandes as well. This way you get you get Fernandes and Rashford from from that team, and you get to keep Cancelo as well. I've tried all these permutations, and yeah. So I've kind of, at the back of my mind, I'm still thinking about these permutations, but I'm just showing you that this is the team. The team is template because the template team is kind of the most balanced one. That's the reason. Otherwise, we've all thought about multiple permutations and combinations, my friend. Thoughts on Tony? I'm going Salah over KDB. Tony is a good, definitely a good pick, my friend. Salah over KDB, no issues there. Anthony Wilson or Almiron Martial? Almiron and Martial. Trossard and Wilson, Almiron and Darwin. To be honest with you, Trossard and Wilson looks good. It's not a bad option at all. I like that option. The only thing here is that it's just that Liverpool have good fixture, and you need to have Liverpool covered. For example, if you own Salah, then definitely you can go with Trossard and Wilson. The problem will be here, you're going with Wilson 7.4 million, and Newcastle don't have the best of fixtures here. That's the only thing. Are we not afraid of Kane? We are definitely afraid of Kane. The only way to own Kane, and it's a very simple way, just sell Cancelo and get Kane. It's as simple as that. You have to decide who gets more points. If you feel Cancelo gets more points, take Cancelo. If you feel Cancelo is not going to get more points, it's the simplest way move is to go from Martial to Kane. It's just so simple here, and then you get 4.0 million. You can go with Bueno. Obviously your team balance doesn't look that good here because you got Patterson and Bueno and Andreas on the bench, but then your team looks so strong. We've got the powerhouses here: Kane, Haaland, De Bruyne. So that's an option as well. I thought about all the permutations, my friend, and I have all of them written here in case I have a change of heart. Hey FPL Tag, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Welcome back as well. What would be Everton's double game week? Do we know? I know that. I wrote it here. Just give me a second. I'm gonna try to take it out. Hopefully I can. Yeah. So Everton's double game week is gonna be West Ham United and Arsenal. It is a possible one, it's not certain, but if Everton get a double game week, it's going to be against West Ham United and Arsenal. But it's a double game week, even if he can get 4 or 5 points, who cares? Is James essential? Nobody's essential, Amit. Nope. It's not about being essential, my friend. It's only about your call whether you want to have, like, for example, why wouldn't we want a player of the attacking ability of Reece James to play against Bournemouth at home, Nottingham Forest away, Fulham away, Crystal Palace, Fulham again? These are the really good fixtures. Even if he can get one haul, and he's due a haul, to be honest with you. Ever since we owned him in all these games, he did absolutely nothing at all. So I feel Reece James, if he comes back, he's going to come back with a vengeance. He's going to be really angry at missing the World Cup as well. I really hope that he can pick up where, his form from last season. How do you think about Bruno will become a talisman after Ronaldo leaving? I already, Faz, if you look at the question which I've written above, I have a major FOMO of not owning Bruno Fernandes. So I think he's going to be really good. Honestly feel that he's going to take back the mantle of being the talisman of United. That's how good Bruno Fernandes is, and that's how good he can be. And I wish I had the guts to kind of take out somebody like Cancelo or somebody like Martial and pick Bruno Fernandes. I don't currently. Hopefully by the end of the stream, I can muster enough strength to get what I want. But yeah, I've shown you all the permutations, guys. For all of you who are watching this stream, you know all the combinations which I feel are the best. For example, taking out Ariza Balaga, getting some money. There's like many different options which you can go with. So You need to decide which ones you want to go with. Pritain says chances of Chelsea keeping clean sheets are low. Too much hype with Kepa. It's not about being the hype with Kepa. It's being a Chelsea goalkeeper. You can own a Chelsea goalkeeper with 4.5 million. It's better than owning somebody like Sanchez. It's better than owning somebody like Raya. So in my opinion, if a Chelsea keeper is 4.5 million, and Chelsea is definitely going to keep more clean sheets than, for example, let's say Brentford. So why not? That's the question. How about Almiron to Mount? I mean, you want to go with Mount, definitely can, my friend. Yes. I personally, I've kept the money in the bank in order to kind of give me some flexibility in case I want to upgrade one of my midfielders to Foden later on, or, I just have to, I like the flexibility of having some money in the bank to upgrade my midfield, because currently I've got 3 like really low priced midfielders, and I might have to upgrade one of them in the coming weeks. Gally Bro says, who would you rather bench? Almiron versus Saka versus Nketiah versus Ake? I would bench Ake, I think. I would bench Ake. Mount plus Kane or KDB plus Martial? KDB plus Martial looks good to me. If you had to predict who would keep more clean sheets, Kepa or Pope? That's a very difficult one to predict, honestly. If you ask me really, I don't think there's going to be much difference between the two. It's about how well Chelsea can play. Obviously, Newcastle have been already playing to the top of their ability, right? That's why they're so high up in the table. Chelsea have not been playing at the top of their ability at this moment in time. Graham Potter was kind of getting the feel, a big time management, a big club, Champions League and all that stuff. I think he would have got used to it since the time he got when all the players were away at the World Cup. He would have got time to get better used to stuff. I think he can make them play better. So if Chelsea start playing to their full potential, I think Chelsea can definitely keep clean sheets. If not more, they can definitely match Pope for 7 million less, or 0.7 million less, Hey Buckshot, I wish you a Merry Christmas, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Bruno is tickling my stomach with Fadzali is tickling mine as well, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do about it. Christian, welcome back as well, my friend. And I've picked KDB over Salah because, as you know, Manchester City have got a double game week coming up. Salah doesn't have the best of fixtures. If you look at the fixtures of Liverpool, it's not the best of fixtures. I mean, there's okay fixtures here: Brentford away, Brighton away, Chelsea home, and in game week 20, you're definitely gonna have to go with somebody of the Manchester City player, because they've got a double game week in game week 20, and then they got a double game week in 23. So I know that KDB's and Haaland are the 2 players which definitely are gonna have the least risk of rotation, so I'm just going with them. If, like, for example, somebody wants to go with let us say you want to go with Salah, right? Then you have the option of kind of replacing Rashford with Foden come game week 20. So that is also an option. See, I'm showing you all the permutations, guys. You can choose whichever one you want to go with. I've thought about them before I came to the stream, so that I can directly give you these options when you ask for them. So see, if you want to go with Salah, you can still have 3 Manchester City players. You can have Foden, you can have Cancelo and Haaland, and this will give you a different dynamic in your team. You'll have 3 City players for the game week 20 double game week, game week 23 double game week, and still don't have the need to sell Salah as well. And it's not that Foden can't match KDB on his day. Foden plays farther forward than KDB does. It's just that I've picked De Bruyne because I feel he's more nailed on in the team. That's the reason I've gone with De Bruyne. Anthony is worth a shout. Anthony is definitely worth a shout. He was doing well before he got injured, to be honest with you. And I feel that, the kind of player Anthony is, the ceiling might not be very high, but I think he's good for like 1 goal a game kind of a player. That's how he looks, at least at the moment. Don't go with Cancelo, suffer with me, Viz. Fadzali, I can't muster the strength to go without Cancelo. The reason why I can't go with Cancelo? The reason why I can't go with Cancelo is this. 52% in ownership is absolutely insane. He gets a haul and we're done for. That's the issue. Like, Going without Martial is much more. If you want to go with Fernandes, my friend, it's better to go from Martial to Greenwood, honestly, and then just upgrade Almiron to Fernandes. I feel that this is going to be the easier way to do it. You know why? Because Fernandes is less owned, Martial is less owned, and you won't lose your sleep over not owning Cancelo. I mean, the other way, when the way which you're thinking, going without Cancelo, I personally, it's really difficult for me to do it. Even Almiron is like 39% owned right now, so you have to make a call there. You have to take a call. You have to go without one of the popular players. Remember that. The thing is, Anthony's spot might be in danger. Garnacho doesn't play in the same spot as Anthony. Garnacho plays on the left. Anthony plays on the right. Honestly, I think the competition is currently is between. I think Rashford is going to start on the left hand side. Anthony is going to start on the right. Martial is going to start as the striker, and Fernandes is going to start as the 10. I think what happens is Martial is going to get taken off. Rashford is going to move to the striker, and then when Garnacho comes on, he's going to come on the left wing. That's personally what I feel is going to happen. Hey Pedro, I hope you're doing well. I hope the baby's doing well as well, and I hope you had a great Christmas, my friend. Martial or James? Playing 3-5-2 with Haaland and Kane. Martial or James? Well, if you're playing a 3-5-2, then obviously I think it has to be James, my friend. 3-5-2, you can only play two strikers. And if you don't want to, if you're not going to play Martial against Nottingham Forest at home, then there's no point in owning him. The thing is, I want Shaw, but then I only want 3 defense. Trippier, James is sealed. Well, these are the dilemmas which we have, my friend. Malte says, is it worth downgrading Cancelo to Walker to get KDB instead of Fernandes? To be honest with you, this shouldn't have to be a choice, Malte. Honestly, I think Cancelo and KDB both are desirable at this moment in time. I'm personally, I mean, if you ask me, I don't think Walker can match the attacking returns of Cancelo. Cancelo is much more creative. He scores goals. He provides assists. Walker, he kind of tucks in with the centre backs as Cancelo kind of moves forward. So in my personal opinion, I don't think Cancelo can cover. Obviously Walker can cover Cancelo, but so you have to think about that. Pretense, what do you think about Alisson as a keeper? Do you think Liverpool come back to the glory days? Alisson is a good keeper. I just think that there's better value with Kepa Arrizabalaga at this moment in time. That's the reason I didn't even think about going with the Liverpool defense. I mean, I remember when Liverpool defense was legendary and we owned like Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, but they have to show us the same form before we can go there again. Rashford played on the right against Burnley. He played on the right because Anthony wasn't fit. Pedro says, I reckon I need to avoid the template a little. I'm playing catch up, so I'm toying with Fernandes and Alvarez. Pedro, I honestly feel Fernandes is a good option. Alvarez, I'm not sure because, I'm not sure he's going to be back from, the international duties. He played the final, he won the final. So, obviously he's going to have to sit on the bench. Not sure how much time he's going to get with Manchester City, That's the only issue I have against Alvarez. Otherwise, Fernandes is obviously a good option. I would start Trippier, Michael. I honestly feel that Trippier, when you own him in your team, he takes free kicks, he's on corners. I feel that you have to play him if you own Trippier. Mitoma, Holling in double game week soon. Mitoma is a good option, played really well with France as well. And currently just staying away from Brighton assets. The only one I considered was Trossard. Kepa and Bueno or Iverson and White? I'd say Kepa and Bueno. Almiron or Mount? No point keeping money in the bank, double game week soon for Mount. That is true, Samaksh. I totally agree with you. The problem is, the thing is, my team looks absolutely balanced. The money in the bank is not an issue as long as I'm happy with my 11. I'm happy with my 11. I'm happy with that team, and I still get to keep money in the bank. Later on, if I want to upgrade, that's going to be easy for me. So that's always the thinking behind here. I'll never go behind the money. I always look at the balance of my team. Obviously, if I had more money, I would simply just pick Fernandes in place of Rashford. But we can't have our cake and eat it too. So yeah, Mitrovic not starting, and on pens. Yes, that is true, Michael. I get where you're coming from. I can get that. I didn't even, honestly, if you ask me honestly, I didn't even consider Andreas, and the reason being, He plays Crystal Palace away. It's not that it's the easy fixture, you know. Newcastle, they have Leicester away. I mean, Newcastle's form is better. And if you look at the ownership stats, it's absolutely crazy. Trippier. Obviously, Andres is going to be very highly owned as well, but obviously is not going to be in the playing 11 of all the teams. So, in my humble opinion, based on the ownership and I think the potential, I think you can still go with Trippier, Michael. It's a very difficult one. I agree with that. I always say that you should play the attacking player, but I'd say Trippier is very, very attacking as well. If Almiron can't continue the form, which player we're looking to replace Almiron with? Not much choice of 5.8. Fadzali, I've got 1.7 in the bank. I can easily upgrade Almiron. You know, there's gonna be plenty of options. Wilf Zaha is an option. You know, I think there's gonna be many. Mason Mount can be an option. You know, if you kind of want to go with Arsenal player, Odegaard could become an option. There's going to be many options in that price bracket. I mean, we're giving ourselves a chance, waiting for options to show themselves rather than kind of speculating at this moment. I hope you get the point here. So I'm kind of giving myself a chance to watch the games and then make the decision rather than having to make the decision beforehand. So that's kind of the thinking here. One more reason, guys, I didn't pick Salah is because Aston Villa manager now is Unai Emery, and I'm a little bit concerned because Emery is a very defensive coach. So this was the game which we could possibly pick them for. But because of Unai Emery, I thought that, you know, it's going to be more, and Martinez is their keeper as well. So going to be a little bit like, I was in a little bit of a doubt. So when in doubt, I just easily just went with KDB rather than kind of dilly-dallying here and there. So I decided to go with De Bruyne. That's the basic thinking here. I'm pretty happy with this team. If you ask me, there's nothing like not to like here, and you know, this is obviously I agree with you that this is kind of this is the most common team which you'll watch. But I gave you all the permutations and combinations which you can go with as well, guys. So it's not that that we don't have options. We have options. We can take those options, but you know, you have to make up your mind like which option you want to choose. Yep. So guys, if you're enjoying the stream, please, for all of you who are new to the stream, please give us a like. I'd really appreciate that, and you know, just subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate if you're enjoying what we do here. If you're enjoying, you know, so please do subscribe to the channel. Is Mings a good option for 4.3 million? Danlam, honestly, he could be a good option. I want to see how Unai Emery plays with them, who basically, you know, like how they play, how they set up. Because Aston Villa was really in shambles when Gerrard really left. And Mings doesn't really offer that much attacking wise. So in my personal opinion, you could think about some other players. Obviously I would have said Justin, you know, but he's obviously injured. So 4.4 you would get some decent players. At 4.3 I'm not so sure. No worries, Fadzali, my friend. Going KDB, Fernandes, Nketiah, Shaw, Saka, Ederson rather than template. Giroud, that absolutely looks fine to me, my friend. They're all good players. If you can think about going with Martinelli in place of Saka. That'll save you some money, and that's the only thing, you know. But I know that Saka's on penalties. That might be your consideration, you know. So think about it, and you can make the decision. If you want some money, you can take some money out of there, because I think over the season they both can match each other. They're both great players, and I hope that Nketiah is not going to play all the games as striker, and I think that Martinelli is going to get some games as a striker as well. Hey Giovan, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you so much. How's your team looking, Giovan? But they say, is Wilson a good choice or even Nketiah a better pick? I think Wilson is a better choice. I think Wilson is a much more seasoned striker. He knows how to play. You know, he scores goals, and he was scoring goals before the break. So in my personal opinion, I think Wilson is a really good option as a striker. Nketiah is a good pick. Nketiah, I don't think his finishing ability is as refined as Wilson. Arsenal, I think they don't create as many chances. I think they're more clinical, and with the absence of Jesus, I'm not sure how they're going to like contain the balance of the play, because with Jesus he was dribbling, he was holding up the ball, he was troubling the defenders. I'm not sure if Nketiah is the same level of the caliber of the player, so it's difficult. George says, hey, Wes, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great day yesterday. How about Aubameyang? Good fixtures seem like he may play too. I would like to avoid him, Pedro. Personally, maybe I have a bias against him because he was an Arsenal player. At the end of his tenure, he was just not clinical anymore. Missed too many chances, costs too much for what he offers. From Chelsea, I personally feel you can go with Mason Mount if you really want to. I think Reece James, Mason Mount, these are the kind of players which you would... Derek says, who would you captain this week? My captain is Haaland, my friend. If I go with Wilson, means no Martial. Basically, Martial or Bruno is the choice. Will the ice cold Martial return? Martial is a hit and miss, Fadzali. You can hardly ever call when Martial is going to play well or when he is not going to play well. I honestly feel that he's too hot and cold as a player. I'm just taking a chance because he has good fixtures and United currently don't have a striker. But let us say United are playing this like 45-50 minutes, they're not got a goal, Martial is not involved in the game. I think Ten Hag is going to bring him off, going to put Rashford at striker and put Garnacho on the left wing. That's what I think they're going to do. So Martial has to start the games well if he has to play the entire game. Rafa and Reza says, who's your first sub? My first sub is going to be Andreas, my friend. Andreas Pereira. Yep. So I'm going to confirm my team pretty soon. I've just shown you all the permutations and combinations, friend. So just be informed. Make your choices knowing what's how you want to set up. That's what I want to say to you. No, Patterson is not my first sub. No, my first sub is always going to be an attacking player, not a defender. In my team, as in my subs, I always tend to put my attacking players first, my friend. It's always the same. Drink of water, guys. Been talking too much. Oh, yeah. Thank God today is no early team news nonsense, otherwise the servers would have crashed. I hope FPL have managed to accumulate a few more hamsters over the World Cup break. The servers were going crazy. Why Patterson over Buono? George, because there's a possibility of Everton getting a double game week, and also in game week 25. There might be a blank game week in which Patterson is going to play. There might be a blank game week in game week 25 in which Patterson is likely to play. So I have a cover for game week 25 if I take Patterson over Buono, and obviously I won't need to play him in most of the games. So we have to plan for the future, and that is why I did. He might have a double game week and might play in the blank game week as well. Might crash due to so many transfers. That is true. Matthew, obviously if you have the option, you can definitely go with Saka. He's on penalties for Arsenal as well. If I had the option, obviously I don't have enough money for that, but I would go with Saka there. He takes corners, he's on set pieces, he does lots of stuff. So in my humble opinion, I think Saka is the better option here. If you don't want to go with Almiron, guys, like for example, you would really want to take a chance, you can think about going with somebody like Trossard. That's that can be an option. Trossard. Obviously, you can go with Mason Mount if you don't want to go with Almiron. Actually, just let me show you here. So 7.5 million. Let me just show you the options here. Just a second. So obviously you can have Zaha, guys. Zaha can be an option, and a really good option too. Trossard is an option. Martin Odegaard. Rodrigo's obviously injured. He could have been an option. Pascal Gross, no. Zaha, as I already told you, Zaha is an option. Obviously McAllister played really well in the World Cup, but don't really consider him as an option here. So you see here, there's you don't have to go with Almiron. You can obviously go with somebody like Trossard as well. You can choose Zaha. For example, even I have 0.2 million on Zaha, you know. And the fixtures are not bad, like Fulham, Bournemouth, and then you can move to Almiron as well. So, you know, that is also an option. Actually, considering this team looks really good. Why I personally didn't pick Zaha here is that, you know, I have too much spread of funds, you know. It wouldn't be able to easily change my team if I had to, but this looks good as well. I mean, you can have a look. Tandem says Kepa, Trippier, White, James, KDB, Rashford, Martinelli, Almiron, Darwin, Kane, Haaland. How's my team? Looks absolutely good, my friend. It's just I know that you changed. I already told you can change Cancelo and you can get Kane. Looks absolutely good to me, my friend. No problems here. No problems at all. Guys, see, if you want to choose who gets more points, Cancelo and Martial, you know, or let us say Bueno and Kane, you know. So that's your option. Saka plus Darwin or Salah plus Andreas. Salah plus Andreas, I'd say. If you have Martinelli, provided you have Martinelli. If you don't have Martinelli, then you have to go with Saka, bro. Guys, what's this case with people talking about Darwin's fitness? People say he might not be fit. You know, I don't know. You have to. I mean, just take it with a pinch of salt. You know, it's just people are just making up stuff. Yep. Zaha in now. No, Zaha's not in now. Fazali, I'm going to confirm. I'm gonna confirm my team later. Sanjay says KDB. Really? Yes, KDB. Yes, my friend. Darwin's reportedly in the squad. Well, if he's in the squad, he's in my team. No questions asked. Looks really good. Looks sharp. 9 million. No questions asked. GW17, to be honest with you, the only player I'm really concerned about not owning here is Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. I feel that he's going to be a really good pick. Just can feel it, but don't have a really good way of getting him in my team in place of Almiron. So Almiron it is gonna be. How much owned is 15%? Foden could be an enabler. Foden plus Salah. Yeah, definitely Foden could be an enabler as well. I like gave the option here. You can definitely go with Foden. You can pick Salah, and in place of Rashford, you can definitely go with Foden. Martial, I'm not so sure about. The thing is, with Martial, what's gonna happen? What I feel is, if United don't play well, if Martial doesn't score, I think he's gonna take off. Eric Ten Hag is gonna take off Martial, and then he's gonna put Rashford as a striker and gonna bring Garnacho on the left wing. The reason why I put in Martial is because Mitrovic might have a double game week coming up, and if Mitrovic has a double game week, and let us say game week 18 or game week let me see which game week it was. I can't remember. I think Fulham have a possible double game week coming up, right? And for that game week, I might bring in Mitrovic, and Martial is a direct replacement for Mitrovic because they are in the same price bracket, so I won't have to tinker with my team too much. That is the reason I put in Martial initially. So you can say he's a kind of, as Matthew says, he's kind of a placeholder for Mitrovic, especially if Mitrovic is fit and Fulham get a double game week. There you go. Absolutely. I agree with that. Totally agree with that. I mean, Rashford is a no-brainer for me. Obviously not essential. I always say no player is essential, but it's a no-brainer, I have to say. The only thing which you can do is, the only thing I'm not sure about is Martial. I'm sure about this guy. I'm sure about Rashford. The only player I'm a little bit dubious about is Martial. That's the basic doubt in my mind. But I know that in the end I'm gonna end up going with Martial, so no questions asked here. That's the kind of FPL player I am. So guys, we're getting closer to the deadline, and I haven't made my transfers. So let us say, I think I'm gonna have to at least make these transfers. I'm just gonna end up keep Zaha. Maybe I'm gonna move Zaha later. Because I've got value tied on him, and later on, if my mind says if I have to go with Zaha, I'm gonna lose value on Zaha. But at least let me make rest of these transfers. So Pope out, Iverson, Dunk, Gehi, Nico Williams, Saka, Salah, man. Always feels so weird to transfer out Salah, guys. So weird. It's just, it's got so many memories with Salah in the team. Every time when I think I want to transfer out Salah, it just feels absolutely weird. So Mason Mount. In fact, let me make these transfers first. So now I can go back to my transfers page. I hope you can see this. Damn, it always changes. Yeah. Obviously you can see the money. So guys, this is currently, I've made these transfers, right? I've got these players in obviously right now. So this is the spot that I'm currently considering, because I've got value attached in Zaha. So can go with Mount in place of Almiron. This is another option. This definitely is the other option I can go with in place of Almiron. Look, somebody was asking about Trippier, guys. Why to play Trippier over Andreas? Influence 2, creativity 1, ICT index 1 of 234 defenders. Threat is obviously 41, but come on, just look at those stats. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, this could be an option. Obviously Almiron is an option here, and which I initially had put in my team. So currently thinking, guys, but what I'm gonna do meanwhile while I think, let me go to the team and at least set my team and captaincies, so that later on when the servers crash, at least my team is set up, right? So Andreas first on the bench. Obviously James has to come in, and Patterson on the bench. So that's pretty much it. I think vice captaincy is going to be obviously important. Don't want to put it on the same player. So let's say we go with Rashford here, which I don't think is going to be required, but just for the sake of it, let's put it on Rashford. So at least my team is set now. So what the last decision, or one of the two decisions I need to make is kind of it's the only one which is left. Let's see, just a second. There you go. Right, guys, let me answer your questions here, if you have any now. Sanjay says Salah rested, KDB not on pens. That's absolutely true. I agree with that. But still, KDB's he has a double game week, looked sharp against Liverpool, taking a chance there. Can you rate my front midfielders? Salah, Saka, Rashford, Foden. Yeah, that looks good to me. Darwin, Haaland, Martial. Definitely not fun. Bruno on my mind, KDB. That looks good to me, my friend. There's nothing to worry about. Obviously, you've gone with Saka over Martinelli, and that's absolutely fine. Saka's on penalties, Martinelli's not. Bruno plus Almiron, or Rashford plus Saka. I have Trossard, and I believe he will score. Bruno plus Almiron, or Rashford plus Saka. Interesting. I think Rashford plus Saka looks to be more balanced. Looks to be more attacking, I'd say. It's just my opinion, by the way, guys. I've been wrong before, I'm gonna be wrong again. The thing is, I'm not comfortable with this Martial pick, like, I feel that Rashford can easily replace him as a striker. Just, if you look at the 71 minutes, 25 minutes, doesn't play too much, it's just, yeah, he did play in the other cup games and stuff, but I mean, I wish I had a good replacement. Mitrovic was fit. I would have just gone with Mitrovic straight away. That's just the only pick which I'm not really comfortable with. But if I don't go with, let us say I go with, for an example, go with Dominic Solanke, then I have the option of going with some 8.4 million midfielder, you know. What I can do is I can take out Cancelo and put Foden here because there's not many good midfielders in this price range. You know, so the problem is if I take out Martial, there's not many other options which I can go for. Only if we can know if Foden is going to start. No, that's we're never going to know that. Christopher says KDB plus Saka or Salah plus Foden. I'd say KDB and Saka. You know, based on the double game weeks, I'd say KDB and Saka. Wilson is a good option. No questions asked there, my friend. Wilson is definitely a good option. I have no doubts about Wilson. Even before the break, he was doing really well. Still doing well. Still going to do well. I mean, you know, pretty sure about him. The only player I'm scared about is Bruno Fernandes. Remember when Bruno Fernandes scores, remember me and pray for me. That's all I want you to do. Has any... No news. Alright. Rahul, to be honest with you, there's no time to rate the team, bro. It's very... it's kind of... It's right close to the deadline, so it's no time to rate the teams right now. Did I lose my stream? What happened? Guys, can you hear me? I think I lost my connection. Did I? Whoa. It's not the time to lose the connection. God damn you, connection. Hello? Guys, am I back? God damn it. I think I lost my internet connection. This is absolutely awesome. Every time something or the other has to happen in this goddamn game. Damn it. Just give me a second, guys. I'm trying to fix this. I'm going to refresh. Hoping against hope that this works. Oh, you're back. Thank God. Whoa. Man. If FPL servers don't crash, my goddamn internet crashes. Something or the other has to happen in it, guys. Always does have to happen. Something or the other. Just a second, guys. Yeah, there you go. Alright, hey Zara, I hope you're doing well. Hey Thakif. So basically, guys, this is kind of what my team currently looks like. Not I could you know, I've decided to go with this team. I don't want to kind of make too many changes. You know, as I've already decided about the permutations and combinations that you already know. I've gone through a lot. Don't want to do it now, right at this moment in time. So I think I'm gonna have to finalize my team. I think I'm gonna have to go with Almiron. I hope you can see my team, right? Yeah. So gonna have to go with Almiron. So Zaha out for Almiron. With a heavy heart, I had to let Zaha go. Now to decide my team and my vice captain. That's the only thing which is left. I could book a, you know, I know why you're asking me about Salah, guys. You know, the thing is, I could book a transfer for Salah. That's obviously one thing which is on my mind, which can be done. Yeah. Time to lock your team, says Malibab. Guys, 10 minutes to go. Lock your teams. No matter what your decisions are, no matter what you're doing, just lock your teams, and then we can continue talking about FPL. Sanjay, I've made most of my changes. I'm just thinking right the last moment, as I always do. I'm thinking about Salah versus KDB. That's the only decision which I have on my mind. So just let me go through the fixtures once again so I can make up my mind. Leicester, Brentford. I'm staying loyal to Zaha for 2 more game weeks. Nah. I got the cash, Sanjay. I don't want to update Martial. I want to keep him as a placeholder for Mitrovic. That's the reason I don't want to update him. Going with what, you know what? There's one argument for going with Salah and against De Bruyne. Is that, for example, let's say you want Foden, or Foden starts the season really well, and you kind of say you want Foden in place of De Bruyne. You know, that's the only argument of going with Salah. Martial to Wilson, he says. That's fine, my friend. If you want to go with Wilson, that's absolutely, totally fine. I think Wilson is a great option. Just wanted to keep a cash in hand. Otherwise, there's no problems with Wilson. I totally like that option. So Salah or Kevin De Bruyne. That's what it's come to in the end. Other than that, guys, my team is fixed. I'm not going to move it now. So if I always say, don't copy my team. I've been wrong before. I've not having the best of seasons. So don't copy my team. But I gave you all the permutations. I gave you all the combinations. So at least you know what you can do with what you can do and what you can't. So I decided to go with. At the back of my mind, I always decided to go with KDB. I thought that it's a very it's a good decision if I straight away go with KDB rather than go with Salah. I think I want to give myself a little bit of a time to decide whether I want to go with Foden. I was suggesting Wilson to you, then you can get Mitro from Wilson. I know that, my friend. I think currently I've just stuck with Martial. My mind is kind of thinking about Salah versus De Bruyne. Both good options. Both good options. Aston Villa away, Leicester home. Leeds. Leeds is a more difficult game than Aston Villa. I don't know. Hard to kind of call this one. I've got 1.7 million in the bank. I hope I'm seeing it right. Just a second. Let me see. I got 1.4 million in the bank, I think. Just give me a second. Let me check it again. Damn it. Five more minutes. Foden and Zaha or Rashford and Saka? I'd say Rashford and Saka. JC. I've got 1.7 in the bank, Shopnan. Yeah. Again, still thinking about KDB and the decision to go with KDB or Salah. That's the only one. Which is at my mind. And the rest of my team is fixed and final. What do you think? What is your opinion on that? Salah is a good one. Fresh because he did not play the World Cup. Chose KDB myself. That's the issue, That's the question, guys. One of you says Salah, the other one says Zaha. It's easy to get myself kind of all worked up on the stream. I had decided beforehand that I'm gonna go with KDB. I mean, he just looked really good. Absolutely peach of a ball for Ake. Just played really, really well. George Lyle says website. What do you mean website? What do you mean by the website? Is it crashing? No, come on. For me it's working, bro. No issues here. Is it? What, did I save my team? Wait, let me refresh. What's going on here? Oh, it's not working for me either, man. What the... There's no Foden or Haaland news. Like, what the hell is going on here? Hamsters again, guys. The hamsters are tired. Tired as hell they are. Tired hamsters. God damn these hamsters. Guys, the server's gone again. Shopnan says working for me. It isn't working for me. Not. Is it working now? Yes, thank God. Thank God. Oh. Yeah, thank God I managed to save my team at least. My vice captain is Rashford, won't matter. No, I don't think I'm gonna change Salah. I think if I transfer out De Bruyne for Salah, De Bruyne is gonna end up being third on my bench or something like that. It's better to kind of not goddamn touch this game right now. Yep. See guys, the FPL servers are the oracle. They made the decision for me. They didn't even let me make the decision between De Bruyne and Salah. They gave me a scare, so I'm not touching my team right now. Wilson is a good choice, definitely a good choice. But don't try to change your teams too much, guys. I'm telling you again and again, these servers are goddamn run by hamsters. You're gonna crash anytime. Be careful. Don't kind of make last minute transfers and that player ends up being on your bench. It's gonna be a big problem for you. You know, so don't make rash decisions right at the very end. You know, so be careful. And 1 minute to go to the deadline. If you haven't locked your teams, lock your teams right now, guys. Please, no last minute changes, no decisions. Goddamn, George says the website is crashed again. Guys, just like Martinelli or Saka, I would go with Martinelli. If you have the money, you can go with Saka. Personally, I like Martinelli because he costs less and he's equally good as Saka. Saka's on penalties and corners, Martinelli is not. Quickly lock your team. God. God's sake, man. Oh, he says George is not being able to select his team. He says the error the server encountered, temporary error, could not complete a request. 30 seconds. We don't have 30 seconds. We don't have 30 seconds. Try, guys. My entire midfield changed within 5 minutes. Unbelievable. Just goddamn save your team and at least make sure that your captain is on Haaland. Even if you can't do anything, make sure that captain is on Haaland, guys. The deadline is over. Again, the server thing has happened again, guys. These FPL servers, these FPL people, they want 10 million people to play the game. They want people to be invested day in, day out, and they can't even have proper servers to run their goddamn website. This is what we're in for a treat. Every goddamn deadline stream for the last 3 times. Today, it wasn't as bad, I agree. It's not about giving them credit or discredit, but come on, guys, it's 10 million people play this game and they visit the website so many times. It's not about just being 10 million. Those 10 million people open the FPL webpage like hundreds of times. You have to be able to give them the service if you're giving them a game to play, you know. I know we don't pay any money to play FPL, but the emotions which we invest and the time which we invest is much more valuable than the money which we pay for a certain service here. Damn. Martinelli, KDB, Rashi, Bruno it is. No, that's fine, my friend. I like that. Potato chips or cassava chips. Potato chips for me, always. And in India, we always like the Lays, especially the blue ones. Guys, I really hope you managed to get through your transfers. I really feel sad for anybody who spent so much time thinking about FPL and didn't and your transfers didn't go through. In the end, I went with KDB. I was thinking about going with Salah right until the last minute or the last 4 minutes. I was thinking whether to change to Salah because, you know, I'm a little bit concerned that Aston Villa would not have Emi Martinez, and Salah could have a field day. But the thing is, the FPL servers kind of crashed and gave me an almighty scare. So I didn't even bother to touch my team. Didn't even bother to touch my subs. George says, I like my team, only worries how to do Zaha to Kulusevski later with only 0.2 million. George, it's fine. You know, it's I think the opportunities are going to show themselves. The reason why I've got money in the bank is exactly for situations which are beyond our control. You know, so I kept 1.7 million in the bank. I could have gone with Mount. I could have gone with a better striker in place of Martial. I could have gone with Mount, but honestly, I wanted to keep some money in the bank. That was important to me, especially in the first game week, guys. I always keep restating the fact that, you know, the first game week when we're back, we're just speculating. We don't know what's gonna happen. We absolutely don't know. Although this is a special situation, a special season, a special time. There's never been a World Cup in the winters. So we're dealing with a special situation here. but it's always better not to speculate. It's always best to watch the games, take an eye test, and then let your instincts take control and make a good decision, especially coupled with the stats. So guys, I have some time on my hands today. We're gonna make some quick predictions. Hopefully the hamsters are working overtime, still working, so thanks for that. So the first game in which I'm gonna have no players, and which makes me a little bit scared, but I didn't want to go against Mahatma Gandhi, so Brentford versus Spurs. This game is gonna be a tough one. Playing at Brentford away is never an easy game for any team. I've seen so many teams go there and struggle, especially if you remember that the famous win against United, which got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the sack, was at Brentford. Arsenal last season, the first game they lost at Brentford. They have these fans, these players, they play really well at home, so it's going to be a tough one for Spurs. Also depends how psychologically where they are, like Harry Kane, where he is after missing the penalty and all that stuff. So it's going to be a lot of factors. I'd say 2-2 to Brentford and Spurs. I really want your predictions on this one. Light says, I always like your advice of keeping some money in the bank. Thank you so much, my friend. I hope Tony will be dropped for betting. I personally don't think so. You feel so? I don't think they're going to drop anybody for betting. Yes, he's been caught in many different kind of situations before, and he always ended up playing, Fadli says 1-1 Damsgaard and Eric Dyer header. That would be an ideal situation, honestly. But I feel that this is going to be a tough game for Spurs. I don't think it's going to be that easy. Guys, I want your predictions on this one. I'm waiting for your predictions before I can go ahead and make a prediction on the next games. I would really like to know what you think about is going to happen. 18-month ban for some other players. Oh, that's true. That is true. But I think it's... let's see what happens there. Just waiting to see. Lightre says 1-1 as well. Fadli says 1-1. I said 2-2. But if Tony doesn't play, then there's no chance of a 2-2. This is the only goal scorer they have. Anybody else? Or should we go ahead and do the rest of the predictions? All right, let's go ahead, and I'll read the predictions at the end. All of the predictions at the end. Then, all right, let's go. Sanjay says 1-2, so he says Spurs are gonna win. All right, guys, let's go ahead. So this is gonna be an interesting game. It's not that easy to call, to be honest with you. Crystal Palace versus Fulham. I think if Mitrovic would have played this game would have been very interesting. Crystal Palace have not played that good this season. Last season at Selhurst Park, it was a fortress. They beat so many good teams. They were a pain in the neck for all the teams which went to Selhurst Park last season. This season, I think they've been plagued with injuries. So many different things happening in Crystal Palace. Zaha running out of his contract in 2023. So lots of things going on here at Crystal Palace, guys. But I feel that they're going to have enough for Fulham, especially with Mitrovic not playing. I think Palace going to win this game 2-0. 2-0. I'd say 2-0. I feel that this is going to be... Fadzali says Reece James news coming in. What Reece James news? Come on, guys. Please. Oh, what is the news? I can't find any news, guys. Don't know, but from what I've heard, what's set to be released tonight, I've personally taken him out. Oh. He says he's got no info. This guy says this was 14 minutes back, right? This was on 4:24. Maybe this is the reason the website crashed. He says Sam C435. Actually, I'll show you guys. Just give me a second here. Let me set it up and let me show you where this news is coming from. I want to show all of my viewers who are watching the stream so that at least you know what we're talking about all the time. Just give me a second. I'm going to try to set it up. Oops. I say give me a second, then instantly I go to the goddamn... There you go. Right, let me show you here. So this is my Twitter. Sam C... what's his name? This guy. No, not this. Sam underscore C345. C345 Sam. Right. C. There you go. This guy. So this is, he always gives news on Chelsea and other clubs. He says, somebody asked him, I hope you can see my screen. Is Reece James fit for tomorrow? Somebody asked him 15 minutes ago. He says, I don't know, but from what I've heard and what's set to be released tonight, I've personally taken him out. Don't know though. Right? He says, don't know, but I've taken him out of my FPL team. But then he says, I say this purely of the fact that Potter likes to ease players into the 11 after an injury. I've got no info. But if that's true, then Kepa Arrizabalaga and Reece James both are going to be eased into the team. Not just only Reece James. But he says he's got no info, but he feels that this is going to be happening. What's set to be released tonight? Potter's embargoed section. So this guy is also a Chelsea content creator. And he says what's set to be released tonight, and he says Potter's embargoed section. And let's see some other. You said you have no info, but based off what I've heard, lol, Potter talking isn't team news leaks. People are just fighting all the time. This world needs more love. Gives a very good idea on it if he was asked specifically about Reece. Come on. So I mean, let's just take it with a pinch of salt. Let's see what happens. This world needs more love, guys. This world deserves more love. God damn it. No need to fight. But anyways, sorry for the distraction. Will Harry Kane play? I think Harry Kane is going to play today. Yes. Carry on with the predictions. Let's go, guys. Let's go with the predictions. So Crystal Palace going to win 2-0. Everton versus Wolves. I think this is going to be a very interesting game. Everton are going to have some players back. They were struggling, really struggling before the World Cup break. I think it's come for a good time for Everton. I think it's going to be a draw. A 1-1 draw between Everton and Wolves. It's hard for me to predict this game because I say it just based on the form they were in before the World Cup break. So it's hard for me to make a prediction about any of these teams, but let's just go on the form in which they were before the World Cup break, not on the friendlies which they've played in between or the FA Carabao Cup games, because most of the players were different, in those friendlies at least. So I'd say 1-1 between Everton and Wolves. Next one is Leicester versus Newcastle. I think Newcastle going to win this game 2-1. Leicester have not been in the best of form, although they had started improving a little bit. But Newcastle, I think, is absolutely at a different level at this moment in time. Signing Bruno Guimaraes was one thing, but getting players like Almiron to play like he has been doing, it's absolutely stunning, guys. I mean, Eddie Howe, I always rated him as a manager. I never thought that he could be able to take a team like Newcastle to the next level, but he has. Absolutely has. Very good manager. 2-1 to Newcastle. Sanjay says 1 for Wilson hat-trick. I would be insane in it. At least give all the assists to Almiron, please. So Southampton versus Brighton. I think this game, Southampton have a new manager. Obviously, Hasenhüttl had gone. I think Brighton can win this game. Or it could be a draw. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. It's just me not knowing enough to call out the games properly. So it's hard to make predictions. But I'd say 1-1 between Southampton and Brighton. Trossard to score for Brighton, hopefully. Aston Villa versus Liverpool. I think Liverpool going to win this game. I think this game will not have that many goals as we expect. The reason being, I think Liverpool can score in this game because they won't have Emi Martinez back from the World Cup. So that is a big negative because he's been really good for Aston Villa ever since he's joined them from Arsenal. And he would have come back a World Cup winner. He would have been confident. The team would have been confident with Emi Martinez in it. Right now, he's not in the team. So it could be difficult. But in my humble opinion, I don't think that there's going to be like 3, 4, 5 goals for Liverpool tonight. I think 2-0 to Liverpool could be the kind of scoreline we're looking at, or maybe 2-1. Maybe Leon Bailey can do something. Who knows? Maybe Coutinho against his old club. Who knows what's gonna happen here? 2-0 Everton said DCL could be back. Interesting. 2-1 to Brighton says. 3-1 to Liverpool says FPL Sam. Very interesting. Villa 3, Liverpool 1. What FPL Sam? Come on. I know you don't own Salah, but come on. Arsenal and West Ham United. So this is the last game of today. Don't think that this is the last game. This is the last game of today. Arsenal versus West Ham United. And if Reece James, as the news says, doesn't play, then obviously I've got Ben White coming in. I've already got Gabriel Martinelli. So let's see what's happened. The thing is, guys, the games which are gonna happen on like tomorrow are the games which are tomorrow and on Wednesday. Are the games in which I've got maximum players. I've got 2 from Chelsea. I've got 2 from United. I've got 3 from City. So it's not like that I've got too much skin in the game tonight. So I've not got too many players playing. I've got no player here, Andres Pereira on the bench, obviously. Everton, Patterson on the bench. No player. I've got players here. I've got Trippier and Almiron, obviously, from Newcastle. No player here. Only Darwin Núñez from this game. So 3 players tonight. With Arsenal, I've got Martinelli and Ben White on the bench. So 4 players. Then here's 2 Chelsea, 2 United, 3 City. So I think more of my stuff comes later on. I'm gonna bring in the heavy artillery later on. But anyways, I'm distracting. So Arsenal, I don't expect, guys. I hope Arsenal can beat West Ham United. You know what? Being an Arsenal fan, guys, I'm really, really sad at the injury to Gabriel Jesus. I never expect us to win the league. I never expected us to win the league. I know that Manchester City is going to come back. I know they're really, really strong. We didn't have the depth. We didn't have the required players to sustain a title challenge. But for the first 17 game weeks, it made us fans dream. And for these dreams to be shattered with the Gabriel Jesus injury, because he is central to what we were doing, the way we were playing, and those dreams to be taken away just in a jiffy, just doesn't feel good. So I hope Arsenal can keep up the good feelings. They can beat West Ham, but I'm not going to make a prediction. Being an Arsenal fan, I'm going to be biased here. So I hope you guys can make the predictions. FPL Sam says 2-0 to Arsenal. Lightre says 2-0 to Arsenal. So you guys think Arsenal going to win? I really hope they do. Chelsea versus Bournemouth. I think Chelsea going to win this game. I really hope Reece James and Kepa Arrizabalaga play in this game. Even if they don't, I think Chelsea going to beat Bournemouth. Keeping a clean sheet, it depends on how Dominic Solanke plays. Billing was in really good form. Bournemouth did score a few goals before the end of the World Cup break, but Chelsea gonna win this game. I'd say 3-0 to Chelsea. 3-0 to Chelsea. I'd say. Let's go with 3-0 here. All right. Finding it hard to speak now. I've talked a lot today. Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest. I expect Manchester United to win this game. I think Manchester United have been really, really good. They started the season off really badly, but I think they've picked up. They've signed Anthony. They've they've got rid of Cristiano Ronaldo. The dressing room, I think, is going to be more and more coherent now. Erik ten Hag is gonna be able to assume more control, and I expect United to win this game 3-0 against Nottingham Forest. I think United is gonna absolutely do well. FPL Sam says 4-1, Lightre says 3-1. So you all expect to win. So we're on the same page here. Leeds versus City. I don't think City keep a clean sheet here, guys, unfortunately. If you remember before the break, Leeds were really good. They beat, if you know, they beat Liverpool at Anfield. Remember that Somerville goal right at the end? Remember how they were playing? They were actually playing really well, Leeds. So you have to take it with a pinch of salt, but I think they can score against anyone the way they play, Leeds. But City is gonna have too much for them, so 4-1 to Leeds, 4-1 to City, but 1 goal for Leeds. No clean sheet for Cancelo. Even though I own Cancelo, I don't feel that they're gonna keep a clean sheet. So 4-1 to City in the last game. Right, guys, so this was all about the predictions, and this is all my throat could take because I've absolutely run out of gas. Can't talk too much more. But I hope you enjoyed today's stream, guys. It was a good stream. It was a healthy stream. We had a lot of people joining the stream, and I hope you all enjoyed your comeback stream after the World Cup break as much as I did streaming, as much as I did presenting to you. And I'll be back obviously with you before the next deadline. I hope you all managed to get your teams fixed before the servers crashed, and I hope you all have a great game week. I hope you enjoy your new year. I hope you enjoy your holidays. I'm gonna be with you from now on till the end of the season. Every hour before the deadline stream, I'm gonna be spending with you guys. So if you haven't subscribed, do like and subscribe, and I will catch you before the next deadline. Till then, take care. May the arrows be green. Bye bye.